Minstrel boy to the war has gone. In the ranks of death you find him. His father's sword he has girded on, and his wild harp swings beside him. Land of song, cried the warrior bard, though all the earth betray thee, one sword at least thy door shall guard, one minstrel harp shall praise thee. The minstrel fell, but the foeman's chain could not drag his proud soul under. The harp he loved never sang again, for he tore its strings asunder, and said, no hand shall sully thee, thy soul of love and bravery. Thy songs were made for the proud and free, they shall now be sung in slavery. Minstrel Boy. That's Minstrel Boy, yes. And that is an old song. I believe it's from 1820. So the rumor goes. I didn't look it up on Wikipedia yet. I learned it 30-something years ago. And it's a lovely tune. And some of you may know it as the key tune in The Man Who Would Be King, which is a great movie and a great story by Rudyard Kipling. And there are many other verses that I don't know. I was taught those two, and that's all I know. It's show 57. Welcome. Welcome to show 57. It reminds me of Heinz 57. You? Heinz 57, signifying that the Heinz company had 57 products. You see it on your ketchup. 57. I read about these things. The origin of things we use every day. The origins, I should say. And so I know a lot of things about this stuff. I know who invented the flat-bottom paper bag, Margaret Knight. Heinz 57, there were not 57 products. He had more than 57 products. He just thought that 57 was a great sounding number. He thought it was really great. It would be hip to use it, and so it's 57. It's been 57 ever since he got started. And I doubt that there's 57 products now, but that's where the 57 comes from. The brain of Heinz. Oh, I have the biography of Kellogg. Hershey. I find these things pretty interesting. Kellogg he didn't make it till after he was 50. So take heart, all you weary inventors who have gotten to be 50 and haven't made it yet. Hi, folks. I'm here. I'm sitting in a chair. in a remote corner of the studio. But of course, since we brought it into your living room, it's no longer remote. Saying it like that reminds me of a Groucho Marx recording that I have. I wonder if I remind anybody else of Groucho Marx. I hope I manage not to flex my eyebrows as much this time. When I relax, my eyebrows aren't an upside-down V the whole time I'm singing. And I enjoy watching it more. Perhaps you do too. We go to one of my favorite guys. I have so many of his albums that I probably have more of his albums than I have of anyone else's albums. That says something, I guess. Alex Chilton. I also have Eddie Hinton. I have Nick Cave. I have Tom Waits. I have a number of people. I have a lot of their albums. Gogol Bordello. And I have many, many, many obscure things. But Alex Chilton, he wrote this when he was 20, and he just passed away last year at the age of 50. Or was it 59? Yeah, it was 59. And he wrote this, oh gosh, in 69, I guess, or 1970. Oh, well, I had a girl, she couldn't understand me and my ways. My need to be a man, I left her today, took my life in my hands, and now I'm free again. Oh, well, I'm free again to do what I want again, free again to sing my songs again, free again to end my longing to be out on my own again. Oh, well, I made a mistake. Thought I could settle down, thought I could take a noose on my neck around. Now I'm on my way to another town, my feet are back on the ground. Yes, I'm free again to do what I want again, free again to sing my songs again, free again to end my longing to be out on my own again. Oh, well, I'm free again to do what I want again, free again to sing my songs again, free again to end my longing to be out on my own again. Yes, I'm free again to end my longing to be out on my own again. Free again. And yes, it's not the most mature attitude, and he wasn't mature. So there you have it. That would have been a hit single, but he didn't want a hit single because he had just gotten finished with being the singer in the Box Tops. He sang The Letter when he was 17. He had his biggest hit when he sang The Letter, give me a ticket for an airplane. And then years later, he was sick of that, and he wanted to be an album guy. He wanted to go on his own and sell albums. So when Atlantic Records said, oh, this is great, and we'll put Free Again out as a single, it'll be a hit. He said, a single? No, forget the whole thing. So that song didn't get unearthed for decades. Life is funny, and Alex Chilton was funny, or eccentric, or willful, or I found out some more about him. Very interesting. His father was a jazz pianist, which explains to me, something about why he knows a lot more music theory and jazz stuff than I do. He has a wonderful song that he considered his best song called I Got a Thing for You. And it has a couple chords I can't figure out. If anybody out there knows the chords to I Got a Thing for You from the album High Priest in '87, I would love to have those chords. Yes, he became a cult figure, so he called his next album High Priest. Maglianero's Cafe, or perhaps Malianero's Cafe. I really don't know the correct pronunciation. But by the time someone in Burlington sees this, I may be playing live once again at the Maglianero Cafe. Yes, it's a great cafe. It's at the back of a building that's on Maple Street. If you drive down Battery Street to the end and you head towards the gravel pit and then make a sharp left, you'll be in the correct parking lot and you'll be right there at the cafe. Right in back of JDK Design. And I hope that happens. It's a wonderful place, and I'm looking forward to playing music there. I may give lessons. I may give lectures. I may do lots of stuff there. And here's hoping. Maybe I'm already doing it by the time you see this. And enough about that. Here's a good song. This is a Sonny Boy Williamson song. Sonny Boy 2. There was a Sonny Boy Williamson 1, and there was a Sonny Boy Williamson 2. His actual name was Rice Miller, but he was incredible. He was just great. Why should I pile on the synonyms there? Bring It On Home. Baby, baby, I'm gonna bring it on home to you. One boat, I'll take it and I'll pack my load. Dollar, all about it. Take my seat, railway back. Watch this train move down the track. Have had my soul got happy, my heart got glad. I will think about the way you love me too. You can bet your life I'm coming home to you. Home now, bring it on home now, bring it on home. Bring it on home. Chess records. Incredible. He wrote Eyesight to the Blind. You ever hear Eyesight to the Blind? The Who did it in Tommy. It's a heck of a winter so far. It is January still, as we film this. It is approaching the last week in January, and the weather is seesawing up and down like crazy. No one can figure it out. It's 40 degrees today. A couple of days ago it was 0 or close to 0. Of course, the night I had to make a long journey was the night it went to -4. But everything worked okay. Car worked, I worked, the road worked, and I did work, and it was laborious. No, it wasn't really hard. The only thing that worried me was the weather. And this can happen in Vermont. Yes, the weather is very interesting, and I love the weather in Vermont. I love looking at it. I just don't all the time like driving in it. Yes, driving in the snow, driving in the freezing rain. Ever drive in freezing rain? Wow, it is remarkable. I don't know if I advise you all to try it, but if you do drive in freezing rain, you'll know just why I think it's so remarkable. And now, seen the arrow on the doorpost, saying this land is condemned. All the way from New Orleans to Jerusalem, I traveled through East Texas, where many martyrs fell, and I know no one can sing the blues like blind Willie McTell. I heard that hoot owl singing as they were taking down the tents. The stars above the barren trees were his only audience. Them charcoal gypsy maidens can strut their fathers well, but I know no one can sing the blues like blind Willie McTell. See them plantations burning, hear the cracking of the whips, smell that sweet magnolia blooming, see the ghosts of slavery ships. I hear them tribes a-moaning, hear that undertaker's bell, and nobody can sing the blues like blind Willie McTell. And I know no one can sing the blues like blind Willie McTell. And I do hope that St. Bob will forgive me for doing only 3 out of 5 verses. Yes, that's a Bob Dylan song from 1983 that wasn't released until the 90s because he felt it was a sketch. He felt it wasn't completed, and he worked with Mark Knopfler, and Mark Knopfler was amazed and dismayed that he didn't want to include it on the album being Infidels. But Dylan he didn't want to. And it became well known as one of his better tunes from the 80s. And it's one of my favorites. I didn't hear it for a long time. And I heard a lot of Blind Willie McTell, but I didn't hear that song. And until the bootleg series volumes 1 through 3, or something like that, it was released as a little box set. And that had it on it. And wow, it's just great. Amazing. I like in the third verse the sort of deconstruction, backwards deconstruction of the South and all the craziness that led to the blues. The verse starts with plantations and then goes through the slavery ships and then goes to the tribes moaning. It's pretty amazing. This will be the last tune in the show. Okay, it's a song by Antonia. It's a song from the 70s. Might be from the 60s, I wouldn't know. But it couldn't be any later than the 70s because I learned it in the 70s. And it's based on a real person who was Marie Laveau. You may look her up. Voodoo Queen Marie. This was a favorite of my children when they were little, and I played them music. They particularly liked this song, full of images and such. favorite toy. But that was fine because that was just exactly what it was. Ain't no reason, ain't no cause made to fit Queen Marie. Has she got the power? Don't the men folks stare? Golden hoops and rainbow clothes, long black shiny hair, hanging to her hips, cherry-colored lips. Other women walk on the earth and this one sails through the air. Folks tell fabulous lies. They say the green light shines from her eyes. Say she is a cat in disguise. Say there are horns on her head. They say she's married as well. They say she wed the devil in hell. Turned him into a big black snake. Keeps him under her bed. Watch that woman shake, dancing with a snake on a midnight candlelit ball upon a voodoo lake. Dressed in flaming red, dancing with the dead, dancing all night long with a big red fish held over her head. Voodoo's not her name. They pass the tale from hand to hand. You might go all over this land and never hear a word said. But if you know where to look, and it's not on the net and it's not in a book, both the voodoos know and say Queen Marie is not dead. Also, I am working on getting guests, practicing, formulating, putting things on YouTube. Time, time, time. It takes time. I hope things are going well for you. I might as well say something closing because I don't know when she'll wave to me and say, that was it. That was the